My name is Tasha Kovacs. I used to be a freestyle skier, once. Those two words are like a rusty knife. It cuts my throat every time I say it. I used to be able to do double backflips in the air, and in that split second when I landed, I heard the sound of skis scraping against the snow. That sound isn't noise. It's music. I once stood on the podium of the World Cup, holding the trophy in my hands, watching the American flag rise, listening to the national anthem play. Back then, I thought I would keep skiing like this until I was 30, until I was 40, until I couldn't ski anymore. But my career ended on an ordinary training day. Not a competition, not a final, not any day worth remembering. It was a Tuesday, 10 o'clock in the morning, good snow conditions, -5 degrees Celsius, wind force level 2. My ex-boyfriend, and also my coach, Mark Brennan, made me attempt a trick I had never done before. Triple backflip. I heard the sound of skis scraping against the snow.
You can do it, Tasha. You're all set.
I wasn't ready, yet he was my coach. I loved him, I trusted him, and I fell. I suffered a comminuted fracture of the right tibia, a torn anterior crucible ligament, and a meniscus tear. The surgery lasted 6 hours, with 3 steel plates and 12 screws implanted. The doctor said I might never walk again, let alone go skiing. The cable car set in motion, its chairs gliding away from the platform one after another like an endless flowing river. It was just in the troll room with seamen drift past the glass window and Berrien Spring, and I was the My Chodes machine. Now I've come to a halt, but because my legs failed me.
Were you a skier before?
Yes.
Freestyle?
Yes.
Then why do you work as a lift operator now?
I had a bad fall.
How long can you stand on your feet?
I can stand all day, but I can't walk around too much.
Then this job is perfect for you. You just need to sit down.
And I fell. I suffered a comminuted fracture of the right tibia.
$15 an hour, free staff lunch, and the lift operator room has heating. It's better than lying in a rehab hospital. At least you can move around, can the share, and hear shing of skis slide on snow.
On my first day at work, I stood here in my uniform and looked out at the ski slopes through the window. I used to stand on the slopes and look down at the foot of the mountain. Now I stand at the bottom and look up. The perspective has changed, and so is my world. I remember the very first time I rode the lift when I was 8 years old with my dad. He was a ski coach. He put me on the chair and fastened the safety bar for me. He said, "Don't be scared, Tasha. The lift won't fall." I replied, "I'm not afraid of falling. I'm afraid I won't know how to ski down once we reach the top." And he did. He taught me everything, from snowplow turns to parallel turns, from simple jumps to aerial flips. He was my first coach and the best one I ever had. He passed away 7 years ago from liver cancer at the age of 61. He never got to see me win the World Cup or stand on the podium, but he knew I would make it. He once said, "Tasha, you are a born skier, not because you have great skills, but because you are never afraid of falling." He is gone, but his words stay with me. I am not afraid of falling. What scares me is falling and never being able to stand up again. He taught me. From snowplow turns to parallel turns, from simple jumps to aerial flips. He was my first coach and the best coach. He's been gone for 7 years. Liver cancer. He was 61 when he died. He never got to see me win the World Cup, never got to see me stand on that podium. But he knew I would.
Tasha, you were born to ski. Not because you're good at it, but because you're not afraid to fall.
He's gone, but his words are still here. I'm not afraid to fall, but I'm afraid of falling and never being able to get back up. First day at work, I saw Mark. He was wearing that familiar red ski jacket, standing at the start of the slope, giving instructions to a young girl. The girl looked in her early 20s, blonde, tall. Her movements were skilled and fluid, like an athlete who had trained for years. She wasn't a beginner. She was Mark's new student and his new girlfriend. Mark broke up with his last girlfriend and found another one. This was the fifth. Every one of them is his student. Everyone is beautiful. Everyone is young. I saw them hug. He kissed her forehead. She smiled. That smile, like snow in the sun, was blinding. I lowered my head, pretending to check the control panel. The cable car kept turning, chaircast after chaircar passing by. They got on the cable car, sitting side by side, shoulder to shoulder. Mark put his hand on her shoulder. She rested her head on his shoulder. Just like Mark and I used to be. We used to ride the cable cart like this, too. He taught me techniques. He taught me tactics, how to stay calm during competitions.
Tasha, you're the best.
I'm not.
You are. Because I taught you.
I believed him. Not because what he said was true, but because I needed to believe. I needed to believe in my coach, my boyfriend, my future. He was everything to me. Then he made me do that trick. I fell. He stood there, watching me fall from the sky, watching my leg bend at an unnatural angle, watching me lie on the snow, face down, unable to move. His expression wasn't worry, wasn't fear. It was surprise, like someone who didn't expect their plan to go wrong. Maybe he didn't expect it. Maybe he really thought I could do it. But he was the coach. He should have known I couldn't. But he still made me do it. He wanted me to win. Or because he wanted me to lose. I don't know. But I know one thing. After I broke my leg, Mark never came to the hospital to see me. Not even once. He called my agent, said, "Tell Tasha."
I apologize.
He didn't call me himself, he had his agent relay it. It's not "I'm sorry," it's "I apologize." "I'm sorry" is an apology. "I apologize" is a disclaimer. The former admits he was wrong. The latter is just a courtesy. He chose the latter. Later I heard he was with that new girlfriend. Not later. It was during the time he didn't come to the hospital that he got together with that new girlfriend. That new girlfriend is his new student, younger than me, prettier than me, and has better legs than me. She won't break her leg because she won't listen to him. She only skis on the slopes. She doesn't do aerial tricks. Freestyle skiing requires trust. Trust in your coach's judgment. Trust in your own ability. Trust that your body can do what you imagine. Without trust, you fall. I fell because I trusted him. I don't know, but he still made me do it. He wasn't worth trusting, but it was too late to realize that. My leg is broken. His new girlfriend is already by his side. I'm lying in the hospital, staring at the ceiling, listening to the sound of time passing. Wondering one thing. When did he stop loving me? Before the fall? Or after the fall? Maybe he never loved me at all. He loved my potential, my trophies, my rankings. He loved the glory I could bring him. I can't bring him glory anymore. So he stopped loving me. Simple and direct, just like a transaction. Back then, I thought marriage was a transaction. Love is not. But in his eyes, love was also a transaction.
You give effort, I give guidance.
You give trust, I give resources. Accounts can be settled, but feelings cannot. He thought he won. I thought I lost my leg, my love, and my career. But he didn't lose. He's standing on the top of the mountain now. There are new girls, students, new trophies by his side. I'm sitting at the foot of the mountain, watching the cable cars. Cable cars don't fall, don't hurt, don't ask why. The cable cars just keep turning, but my life can start over. Time he didn't come to the hospital that he got together with that new girlfriend. My recovery has been a long and painful journey. For the first 3 months after surgery, I couldn't get out of bed. My leg was in a cast and held in traction, like a bird with its wings bound. I stared out the window. The sky was a brilliant blue, and the snow pure white. People were skiing on the hillside, moving past me like tiny dark specks, gliding back and forth between the mountaintop and the foot of the slope. Cable car carried them uphill, and then they skied down on their own. They never fell. Or if they did, they weren't hurt. I am the one who broke.
The physical therapist is Elena. She's a Ukrainian woman over 50. Her words and gestures are tough, but there's softness in her eyes.
She helps me with rehab for 3 hours every day. Bend, straighten, bend, straighten. My leg swells up like a loaf of bread and burns with throbbing pain. But I didn't call out, because it would have been useless. Mark wouldn't come, Dad wouldn't come, and neither would all those who once told me, "Tasha, you're the best." Everyone was occupied, training, competing, striving to win. Once I fell short, they stopped caring. She helps me with rehab for 3 hours every day.
Tasha, why do you still come for rehabilitation?
Because I want to walk again.
You're physically capable of walking fine. Your real problem is that you don't want to take steps forward.
She was right. I had no trouble walking. I just didn't want to. I couldn't bring myself to leave the rehab center, to go back to a world without ski lopes, competitions, or cheers. I'd rather stay in bed than face a world that's forgotten me.
But Elena doesn't care whether I want to or not. She turns up punctually every morning, yanks me out of bed, and settles between the parallel bars, urging me to move forward step by step. 1 step, 2 steps, 3 steps. After 3 months of practice, she could walk for 10 minutes without holding on to anything. Half a year later, she was able to walk for half an hour. A year later, she could walk an entire day, though pain lingered. Pain was a good thing. It meant she was still alive. I've applied for the job as a cable car operator. It's not that I like it, it's that I can do it. Can't do it standing, but I can sitting down. Operating the cable car requires no legs, only hands and eyes. Press buttons with hands, watch the chairs with eyes. Press correctly and the chair departs. Press wrong, chairs stop.
I had no trouble walking. I just didn't want to.
Long waits draw complaints from visitors.
If they complain, the manager will reprimand me. I don't care even if I get scolded. I've already been hardened by life's harsh lessons, so another scolding means nothing to me. On my first official day on the job, Bob showed me around the control room. It's tiny, only a few square meters. A desk, a chair, and a control panel. There's a walkie-talkie and a large picture window. Outside the window lies the ski slope, dotted with people, alive, in motion, gliding, tumbling, picking themselves back up. I watched them through the glass window as if watching a movie. People in movies feel no pain, for they aren't real. But I'm real, and my legs genuinely ache. Others stare with curiosity, silently wondering who I am and why I work with disabled legs. There's no need for explanations. There's no need explanations. My scarred legs have told my whole story.
Tasha, you work here?
Yeah,
Operating the chair lead?
that's right.
Your leg, has it healed up?
It's healed. I can't ski, but I can run the cable car. Ski anymore, but I'm able to run the cable comm.
Tasha, I'm sorry about what happened.
You've said that already. You sent the message through your agent.
I know. I should have told you in person.
You're saying it now, but it's too late.
Day after day, I show up for work and start the cable car, letting tourists head up the snowy mountain.
I watch Mark come here every day to train with his new girlfriend. They kiss on the cable car and hug passionately on the ski slope. They drink hot chocolate in the cafe, laughing happily. I watch them, feeling neither hatred nor resentment. Quenting them in Froboshaho. Well, got used to it. I got used to the pain, got used to loneliness. I've grown accustomed to watching the person I once loved be with someone else. When you get used to it, it no longer hurts. It is not that the pain is gone. Calluses grow over the wounded part of the heart. As the calluses thicken, I can no longer feel the ache. Can no longer feel the ache.
One day, Mark's new girlfriend took a fall. She rolled on the ski slope, got up, and brushed the snow off herself with a smile. Mark skied over and brushed the snow off her hat. He kissed her hand and whispered something, and she smiled.
Watching this scene reminded me of myself. I've fallen many times, small falls and bad falls. Mark would ski over, help me up, brush off the snow, and ask if it hurt.
I would say I was fine. He would just tell me to keep going. He never kissed my hand, never said it's okay. All he ever said was move on. Because to me, he was never a lover, only a coach. A coach's duty is to push you forward, not to let you stop. I stopped not because he told me to, but because I couldn't go on anymore.
Now he has a new trainee and a new lover. He teaches, she learns. She falls, he helps. She smiles, he kisses. He can be both coach and lover, just not for me. I started keeping a diary, not to record my feelings, but to record time. Every day, I write one simple sentence. Sunny today, great snow condition. Windy and cloudy, the cable car stopped once. I saw them kissing on the peak for 10 minutes. My leg doesn't hurt, but my heart is empty. Mom called and asked how I was. I lied. She saw through me, and I hung up. I write not for anyone. Writing keeps the sorrow from overflowing my heart. Writing keeps the sorrow from overflowing my heart.
My rehabilitation training is still going on. Elena comes once a week to help me stretch. She said my leg has recovered well enough to try jogging. You don't want to run?
I don't need to. I don't.
Tasha, it's not that you don't want to run. It's that you're afraid to. Afraid running will bring back the past. Afraid of sorrow. Afraid sorrow will make you cry, and you'll never stop. I stayed silent for a long time. She was right. I wasn't afraid of my leg. I was afraid of my heart. My heart was scared of falling, scared of pain, scared of being abandoned again. Those who leave won't come back, but the fear never fades.
Elena, have you ever been afraid?
I have. After my husband passed away, I didn't go out for 3 years. I sat by the window every day watching the street. Neighbors thought I'd lost my mind. I wasn't crazy. I just couldn't face the world without him. How did you get through it? One day, I opened the door and walked far away, so far that I couldn't find my way home. Later, the police brought me back. From that day on, I was no longer afraid. I knew if I got lost, someone would bring me home. You are not lost. You are just standing in the same place. You don't need to go home. You need to leave this place. Have you ever left your past behind?
No.
Then leave. Not leave this place. Leave your past.
I never left my past behind. But the past came looking for me all on its own.
Not leave this room, but leave your past behind. That afternoon, Mark's new girlfriend came to take the cable car. She was alone, without Mark. She wore a pink helmet, pink goggles, and a pink ski suit. She sat on the chair. I press the button, and the cable car slowly rises.
She turned her head and looked straight at me, through the glass window, saw her eyes. They were blue and bright, like a lake in winter.
Are you Tasha?
Yes.
Mark has told me about you.
What did he say?
He said you were an amazing skier.
He said it was a pity that you fell.
Did he tell you he was the one who made me attempt that move?
He didn't, did he? Then let me tell you. He pushed me to do something I could never finish. I fell and broke my leg. He never came to see me once. And soon after, he was with you.
There was no sound coming from the walkie-talkie. The cable cot continued its ascent. The wind was strong, and her hair was flying. She kept her head bowed, making it impossible to discern her expression. She reached the mountaintop without looking back or waving. I watched her slide down the slope. Her pink figure grew smaller and smaller on the snowfield until she finally disappeared behind the trees.
He once walked towards me. Now he walks away.
Tasha, I came to say sorry. I never knew any of this. He never told me. I always thought he was a good man.
Is he a good man?
I don't know. He treats me well, but he treated you badly. I don't know which one is real.
Both are real. He can be kind to you and cruel to others. People are not purely black or white. We are all gray. He is gray, I am gray, and so are you. She looked at me, and in her blue eyes there was something, not sympathy, but understanding. She was trying to comprehend.
Tasha, will you forgive him? He doesn't need my forgiveness. What he fears is being remembered.
As long as someone remembers, he knows he's wrong. He refuses to face it. So he pretends nothing ever happened. And you pretend not to know, too. She left. Her pink figure was glaring against the snow. I thought of myself once wearing a pink ski suit. It was my 18th birthday gift from Dad.
Tasha, pink is your color.
No, pink is for little girls. I'm an athlete.
An athlete can also be a girl.
He was right. An athlete can be a girl, and a girl can be an athlete. Girls fall, athletes fall too. When you fall, you get up. If you can't get up, you sit. Even sitting, you can still see the snow.
I fell and broke my leg. He never came to see me once. She didn't show up the next day, nor the day after.
On the 4th day, Mark came. He was alone, standing at the door of the control room.
Tasha, can we talk?
Talk about what?
What did you say to her that day?
The truth.
Why would you tell her all that?
Because it's the truth. He lowered his head and looked at the ground. There were footprints on the snow. His, others, and mine. I left a trail of twisted footprints every workday, my unsteady leg making every step crooked. My footprints used to be straight, deep, and strong.
But now my footprints are like a Barium's paddle. Present, yet not immediately genuine.
Tasha, I'm sorry. I know I shouldn't have treated you that way.
You knew it, but you did it anyway. You don't need to explain. Explanations only make yourself feel better. I won't let you feel easy. You suffer, I suffer too. Now we're even.
He stared at me, mouth moving but no sound, like a fish stranded on the shore.
I turned around and pressed the button. The cable car kept moving. He left. Watching his back, I remembered our first meeting. He once walked towards me. Now he walks away. The direction changed, and so did he.
But girls fall and athletes fall too. Life goes on, and the cable lift keeps running. Mark trains with his new girlfriend every day. She grows more and more skilled on the slopes, and her moves, she spins in the air like a bird. Watching her, I think of myself. I could do spins too, once. I can't do it now, but my eyes can follow. My eyes follow her from takeoff to landing, from high above to the snow. She lands steadily and keeps skiing. Down below, Mark gives her a thumbs up. I press the start button, and the lift carries another group of tourists uphill. Machines feel no jealousy, and I don't either. Yet something stirs inside me. It's not envy, but longing. I miss the days when I could fly. That night, I had a dream. I was in the air, doing a triple flip before landing. I heard the familiar scrape of skis against snow. I opened my eyes, seeing pale sky, blue ski slopes, and dark trees. I stood firm, without falling. When I woke up, my leg was still injured, but I smiled, because for once, I flew in my dream. That is enough. She spins in the air like a bird. Winter passed and spring came. The snow began to melt. The slopes turned from white to gray, then to the color of bare soil. Tourists and skiers dwindled, and most lift chairs stayed empty. I sat alone in the room, watching the deserted slopes and listening to the wind whistle cables.
Tasha, the lift won't run in summer. What are you planning to do? You could work at resorts in the southern hemisphere, like Australia or New Zealand. It's winter there now.
I'm not going.
Why not?
I don't want to leave.
Tasha, you've stayed here for a whole year, watching others ski every day, every day. Doesn't it hurt?
It does.
Then why don't you leave?
I have nowhere else to go.
At least here, I know what to do tomorrow. Run the cable lift. Running the lift requires no thinking. Just press the button and my mind goes blank. He left. I kept pressing the buttons all day until my hands went numb. After work, I shut down the machine and walked outside. The snow melted away, revealed dark soil covered with withered yellow grass. Grass will turn green again in spring, but my leg will never heal. Still, spring comes anyway. Grass will turn green again in spring, but my leg will never heal.
Summer arrives. The ski resort and cable lift are closed. I'm out of work, just seasonal unemployment. Come back in autumn when the ski season starts.
All right. I went back to my small rental apartment and lived alone. I sat around, watched TV, ate and slept every day. My leg didn't hurt anymore, for I never moved. Nor did my heart, for I stopped thinking.
Tasha, come home. Florida has sunshine and beaches. It's much warmer than Colorado.
I'm not coming back.
What are you doing there all alone?
Waiting.
Waiting for what?
Waiting for snow.
Tasha, you're not waiting for snow. You're waiting to die.
I hung up. She was right. I wasn't waiting for snow. I was waiting for death. Death will come on its own. Those who wait for death are just tired of living. Am I tired of living? I don't know. I don't want to go back, to meet people, to talk or to move. But I'm still alive, breathing, eating, flipping TV channels. I live, yet I have no desire to live. They are two different things.
Autumn has come. The ski resort is open. The cable cops start moving.
I walk back to the control room. I press the start button. The chairlifts depart one after another. The tourists are here. The skiers are here. Mark is here with his new girlfriend. It's still that girl in pink.
They kiss on the cable car. They hug on the ski slope. They drink hot chocolate at the mountaintop.
Same as last year. Nothing has changed, except me. Have I changed? No. I'm still sitting here, pressing buttons, staring out the window, waiting to get off work. Time hasn't changed me. It's just made me older. 1 year older, one more wrinkle, a few more gray hairs. My heart is also old. It doesn't beat as fast anymore. It's not that it doesn't beat, it just beats slowly. So slow you think it's stopped, but it's still beating. It's still waiting for me to make a decision. Keep pressing these buttons like this, or press a different one. Stop my life, or start it over. It was Wednesday, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. The cable cars were full of people. The slopes were crowded. The weather was perfect. Mark is here with his new girlfriend. It's still that girl in pink. It was Wednesday, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. The cable cars were full of people. The slopes were crowded. The weather was perfect. I'm in the control room, watching the world outside through the glass window. The chairlifts reach the top. The tourists get off. The empty ones keep going. From the top to the bottom. From the bottom to the top. Same as always. Suddenly, a voice comes through the walkie-talkie.
Operator, the cable car has stopped. We're stuck in midair.
I look at the control panel. The indicator lights are normal. The voltage is normal. Everything is normal. But when I look up out the window, there really is a chairlift stopped in the air, about 200 meters from the top. 2 people are sitting on it. I pick up the walkie-talkie. This is the operator. Your chairlift has stopped. I'll check it out. I pretend to check. But I do nothing, because I know what the reason is. It's not a machine failure. It's a failure of the human heart. I want him to stay up there a little longer. It's not revenge. I just want him to know what it feels like to wait. I waited for him for a year. Waited for him to apologize. Waited for him to regret. Waited for him to say, I shouldn't have done that to you.
Operator, the cable car has stopped. We're stuck in midair.
He never came. Now he's up there. Can't go up. Can't come down. He'll wait too. How long? I don't know. but I've decided to make him wait 15 minutes. The same length of time as my recovery. My recovery wasn't 15 minutes, it was 15 months. But 15 minutes is enough for him to taste what waiting feels like.
Operator, we're still up here. When will you start it up?
That's Mark's voice. His voice comes through the walkie-talkie, a little distorted, but I recognize it. I listened to that voice for 3 years. It called my name, said I love you, yelled at me, why did you fall again? And said, you can do this. Now he's saying, we're still up here. He's scared. The man who once made me stand on the highest jump and do the most dangerous tricks is scared. He's scared of being trapped midair, unable to go up or down. He's scared of waiting. He's scared of not knowing when it will end. I've been through all of this. I've fallen from a great height. I've lay on the snow, unable to move. I've wondered if I'd ever walk again. What has he been through? All he's been through is watching me fall, watching me lie on the ground, watching me get carried away. He never felt my pain. He only feels his own fear. Now it's his turn to be scared.
Operator, we're still up here. When will you start it up?
Do you know how long we've been stopped? The same length of time it took me to recover. There was silence on the other end of the walkie-talkie. He didn't say a word. Maybe he didn't know how to respond. Maybe he knows he was wrong. Maybe he's sorry. Or maybe none of that. Maybe he's just cold.
Operator, I was wrong. I'm sorry.
His voice came through the walkie-talkie, small, like it was coming from far away. I held the walkie-talkie and said nothing. 15 minutes were up. I pressed the start button. The cable car roared to life, and the chairlift slowly moved toward the top of the mountain. They reached the top and got off the chairlift. Mark stood there, looking toward my control room. Through the glass window, I couldn't see his expression, but I saw his hand. It lifted up, then dropped. He wanted to wave, but he didn't. They skied slowly, like two wounded birds, no longer flying, just walking. That night, Mark came to the control room to see me.
Tasha, I need to talk to you.
Speak.
You held the lift in the air for 15 minutes. I know you did it on purpose. You have every right to hate me.
I don't hate you.
Then why did you make me wait?
Because I wanted you to know what it feels like to wait. It's not hate. I just wanted you to know. Once you know, you won't make anyone else wait.
I know you did it on purpose. You have every right to hate me. Tasha, I made you wait a year. You made me wait 15 minutes. That's not fair.
Fairness isn't about equal time. Fairness is that you made me wait, and I made you wait. Now we're even. He hung his head and stared at his boots.
Tasha, I didn't know you'd fall. I thought you could do it.
You're wrong. You should have known. You're my instructor. You know my abilities better than anyone. You didn't not know. You chose not to know.
If you'd known I couldn't, you wouldn't have made me try. You made me try because you wanted me to be able to. You wanted me to succeed so you wouldn't have to try. He froze. Maybe he'd never thought of it that way. Maybe he had, but he'd never dared to admit it.
Tasha, I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry. You've said it too many times already. Sorry isn't worth saying that much. Say it once, and if you don't change, it's a lie. You said it once and didn't change. You said it twice and still didn't change. Say it 3 times, and you're just making yourself feel better. I don't want you to feel better. I want you to remember. He left. I sat in the control room. Outside, the sky was dark, and the ski lifts had stopped. There were no lights on inside, only the lights on the distant ski run, glowing like a string of pearls from the top of the mountain to the bottom. It crapped like a heartbeat, not mine, the ski lift's. The ski lift's heart is its motor, and motors don't stop. Mine does, but right now it's beating. You wanted me to succeed so you wouldn't have to try. The next day, Mark didn't come. The girl in pink didn't come either. On the 3rd day, they came, but no longer as instructor and student. Mark was wearing ordinary winter clothes, no skis. He was just keeping her company. She trained alone. He just watched from below. He watched. No instruction, no hug, no kiss. Their relationship had changed. It wasn't because of the 15 minutes. It was because I told her the truth. Truth is like an avalanche. Once it starts, it never stops. The girl in pink came to take the lift. She was alone. No Mark.
Tasha, we broke up.
Why?
Because of what you said. I looked into it. He really never came to see you. He hurt his ex-girlfriend too. This isn't the first time he's done this. He always does this. Makes his students do things beyond their ability. They fall, they leave, and he finds the next one.
He's not an instructor. He's a liar. I looked out the window. Someone fell on the slope and was trying to get up. It wasn't Mark, just someone I didn't know. He got up and kept skiing. He'll never know that one lie broke someone's leg, took away their career, and took away their love. He'll never know, because he just skis, falls, gets up, and keeps going. Just like I used to be. I thought if I just got up, everything would be okay. It's not like that. Some falls, you never get up from. It wasn't lack of ability. It was bad luck. I was unlucky enough to meet Mark.
Tasha, do you hate him?
No. Hate takes energy. My energy is for recovery, not hate. What do you do now?
Run the lifts. Wait for the snow to melt, wait for the snow to fall, wait for people to come, wait for people to leave. Just wait.
Wait for what?
Wait until I figure out what else I can do besides run the lift. Wait for the snow to fall, wait for people to come, wait for people to leave. Just wait.
Spring has come again. The snow is melting. The ski lifts have stopped.
Tasha, are you coming back next ski season?
Yes.
Don't you want to do something else?
Like what?
You could be a coach. The disabled ski team is recruiting. You don't have to ski. You just have to teach.
I froze. The disabled ski team. I had never thought about it. Am I disabled?
My leg is lame. I can't walk fast, I can't run, I can't jump. But I don't think of myself as disabled. Disabled is a label. Once it's stuck on you, you can't tear it off. I don't want that label.
Bob, I can't teach.
You can. You were an athlete. You know how to ski. You know how to protect yourself. What you need isn't skill, it's courage. Just try it.
I went. Ski team training bead is next to the ski resort. It's a bungalow with several wheelchairs parked at the door. I walked in. Her legs are as thin as bam poles, but they're not atrophied. Not atrophied. Born that way. She was born without legs. She wears prosthetics, and skis are attached to them.
Are you the new coach?
No. I'm just here to look around.
Look at what?
Look at how you ski.
We ski with our legs. Can't you see? She laughed.
I looked at her, and my eyes grew warm. She skis with prosthetics, I walk with a lame leg. We are both incomplete, but we are both moving. As long as you keep moving, you haven't lost. Her legs are as thin as bam poles, but they're not atrophied. I made up my mind to try volunteering instead of coaching. I help them put on ski boots, push wheelchairs, and organize equipment. No skills are needed, only hands and eyes. I still have all of them, and that's enough. Every morning I head to the lift room to start the cable car, then volunteer with the adaptive ski team. I come back at noon to run the lift and return to help again in the afternoon. I shuttle between two spots all day. My leg aches. Yet my heart is free from pain. Busy work keeps my mind occupied. No more dwelling on the past, on Mark, on those dreadful 15 minutes. I only focus on the present. Who needs help, who falls, who laughs right now. There's a 16-year-old boy named Jamie with cerebral palsy. His right arm and leg won't obey him, so he skis relying only on his left limbs. He moves slowly yet steadily, and never takes reckless risks, sticking only to what he's capable of. Unlike me, who overreached and crashed hard, Jamie is far wiser. He started skiing at 14 and hasn't fallen once in 2 years. It's not that he can't fall, but he knows his limits and never crosses the line. I didn't understand that once and paid with a fall, but I get it now. I know my own boundaries. My limit is running the lift, helping others with their gears, and watching the world from this room. I can no longer ski, jump, or spin, yet I still have my eyes to watch. I only focus on the present. Who needs help? Mark left the resort for another state, another ski hill, and another girl. The girl in pink told me his new pupil is young, pretty, and with perfectly healthy legs. The new girl knows nothing about Mark's past, nothing about me or the girls he abandoned. Will she find out someday? Maybe yes, maybe no. Maybe she'll get hurt, maybe not. No matter what happens, Mark will keep going, keep coaching, keep finding new students and new girlfriends. He never stops, for stopping means nothing to him. To stop is to reflect, regret, and apologize, things Mark never needs. He only chases the next student, next lover, next trophy. There will never be a last one for him.
Tasha, thank you for telling me the truth.
No need for thanks. Truth doesn't require gratitude, only acceptance. She left and never came back. Neither did Mark. 2 people are gone from the resort. Yet the cable lift runs as always. People come and go all the time. Machinery feels no sorrow. Most people don't either. Yet I do. Not because Mark left, but because I arrived here all alone. People come and go all the time. Machinery feels no sorrow.
Tasha, the para-ski team needs a full-time coach. Would you take the job?
I don't have a coaching license.
You can get certified.
My leg won't allow it.
You don't need to ski, only to coach. Your experience, your setbacks, and your recovery are priceless teaching materials, worth more than any certificate.
Someone fell on the slope outside and sat stuck in the snow, unable to get up. He wasn't hurt, just worn out. After a short rest, he stood up and kept skiing. It reminded me of myself. I'd fallen, sat down, and I'd fallen. Once wanted to stay down forever, yet I got back up. I rose not from strength, but because people were waiting for me. Elena, my therapist, Bob, and those disabled athletes in need. They never know they're waiting for a lift operator, someone who once flew through the air yet can only sit now. Bob, I'll give it a try.
Great. We start tomorrow.
But the past came looking for me all on its own. On my first day as a coach, I was so nervous that my palms sweated. Standing on the training ground, I faced 10 disabled athletes. Some used crutches, some wore prosthetic limbs. Their eyes shone bright, not with the light of snow, but with hope. They hoped someone would teach them to ski, that they could fly on the snow, that they would not be seen as pitiful. I was just like them. I didn't want to be pitied either. But I never told them how my leg broke, who my ex-boyfriend was, or that I'd sat in the cable car control room staring out the window for a full year.
They didn't need to know my past. They needed to learn how to put on skis, keep balance, turn, and stop. And I could teach that. What I couldn't teach was how to live their lives. Their lives were harder than mine. Some had lost their legs. I lost the function of my leg, but I still had mine. They did not. Who had it harder? I knew. They were braver than me on the snow. They were not afraid of falling. If they fell, they had no legs to feel pain. But they still hurt. They hurt in their hearts. A broken heart is harder to heal than a broken leg. A broken heart is harder to heal than a broken leg. My first student was Sophia, 14 years old. She lost her right leg in a car crash. Her prosthetic leg made it hard to ski, pulling her constantly right for lack of leg strength. I skied on her right, and she stayed left. I caught her when she drifted off balance and pulled her up after falls. When she laughed, I laughed too. In those moments, our legs stopped hurting.
Not that pain was gone, just forgotten for a while. Laughter lets you move forward, improve, and be happy, and forget the ache temporarily. But pain always comes back at night or when watching others glide freely down slopes. Pain reminds you once you were incomplete, but you are whole now, just in a different way from everyone else.
The first time Sophia skied the full run alone, she cried at the finish line. She wasn't hurt from falling. She'd made it.
Tasha, I did it. Are you happy?
I'm happy because you're happy. She broke into a smile, bright as sunlight on snow, dazzling yet warm. I watched her ski downhill, her shadow stretching long across the snow like a whole unbroken person. Shadows may split, but people never do. Shadows may split, but people never do.
Our para-ski team took part in the district competition, and Sophia won a silver medal. She stood on the podium holding the trophy and cried, not from sorrow, but from pure joy. She was glad she was no longer labeled disabled, but an athlete. Athletes may not have intact legs, but they own whole hearts. Her heart was whole, and so was mine. Mine was once broken and cracked, but never shattered. I can still care, love, coach, and stand beside the slope, watching her fly. When she flies across the snow, I fly with her, not on legs, but with my heart.
Thank you, Tasha. My daughter never talked, laughed, or stepped out before. Now she's changed. You saved her.
I didn't save her. I only coached her. She made all the progress on her own. I just watched beside her.
He cried. A middle-aged man stood in the snow, crying. I gently patted his shoulder. Now his daughter was smiling, and so was he.
I only coached her. She made all the progress on her own.
I've heard Mark got into trouble at a new ski resort. One of his students took a bad fall, with injuries almost identical to mine. The family is suing him for improper guidance. His coach license has been suspended, pending investigation. I don't know if it's true, but I know he will never change. He will keep finding new students, keep making mistakes, and keep hurting others. He won't stop. Stopping takes courage. Admitting fault takes courage. Changing takes even more courage.
He has no courage, only excuses. Excuses are easier than courage, so he chooses the easy way out. I won't. I chose the easy way once, trusting him. It was the worst mistake of my life. Now I choose the right path. The right path is never easy, but it's always worth it. I keep working as a coach, teaching Sophia, Jamie, and everyone in need. I teach them how to stand, how to slide, how to fall, and how to get back up. I tell them falling is not scary. Being unable to get back up is. If someone reaches out for you, you can stand again, and I choose to be that person. I was left alone in the snow with no one to help me. I waited for a year, and now I finally have people to save. I will be the one to pull them up. I will be the one to pull them up.
Tasha, are you still running the cable car?
Yes.
Are you still able to do this?
I can. Not because I need the money, but because I need to watch.
Watch what?
I watch people. People come and people go. People fall and people get back up. People laugh and people cry. After watching enough, I've learned life is just like this, full of ups and downs, stumbles and falls. But the cable car never stops. It runs whether there are passengers or not, and so do I. I keep teaching whether anyone is watching or not. To teach is to make a difference. To not teach is to wait. Wait for the next person who needs me. Wait for the next person who needs me. Spring returns again. The snow melts and the cable lift stops running, yet training never ends. The adaptive ski team keeps practicing inside an indoor training hall. We train on artificial ski mat instead of real snow. Falls don't bring sharp pain but bruising. Bruises hurt but won't break bones. What's broken is already gone and cannot be damaged again. I stay with them for daily training. My leg aches physically, yet my heart is free from pain. Busy work helps me forget the hurt temporarily, yet wounds can never be fully erased. The ache creeps back every night, but I choose to smile through every daytime. More smiles fade away the ache. Free from pain, I keep coaching, keep watching them ski, and keep living on. Falls don't bring sharp pain but bruising. Sophia took part in the national competition. She won a gold medal. She stood on the top podium as the national flag rose and the national anthem played. She cried. I cried backstage too. I wasn't crying because she was my student, but because she'd made I stole off something I could never manage. I crashed, but she stood her ground. She flew, and I watched. Just watching brings me joy. I was glad she took that flight through the air for me. She soared high, steady, and graceful. Her skis struck the snow as she landed, letting out that familiar sound. I've listened to that sound for over 20 years. I first heard it when I was 8 from my father. The last time I heard it was the day I had the fall.
Now the same sound rises from Sophia's skis. The sound stays unchanged, only the listener has grown different. Once it was me listening, now it's her. She's forging her own sound instead of echoing mine. My own sound fell silent, yet hers lingers. On her sound may fade someday, but others will follow. The sound will never cease, as long as someone keeps skiing. She soared high, steady, and graceful.
After the competition, Sophia came to see me. She sat in the control room, watching me press the buttons.
Tasha, why don't you keep skiing?
I can't.
Because of your leg?
Because of my heart.
She stared at me. Can a heart break from a fall?
Yes. A broken heart takes far longer to heal than an injured leg. Legs recover, and skiing is still possible. Only after my heart heals can I take up teaching. I'm still not healed, so all I can do is teach. Teaching will mend my heart.
She didn't quite understand, but she nodded.
Tasha, you're the best coach I've ever had.
Not the best, just still here.
It's enough just to stay.
It's good enough that you're still around. She was right. To remain is all that matters. Gone, and everything is lost. As long as you're here, there's still a chance.
With a chance, we can carry on. Keep skiing. Keep soaring. Keep winning. Keep skiing. Keep soaring.
The case against Mark is closed. His coaching license was revoked and he was fined, yet he avoided jail time. He left the skiing industry and switched to a field unrelated to snow. I don't know what it is, nor do I care to find out. What he's up to now doesn't matter. What matters is he can never coach again. He can no longer rely on his lies to hurt another young girl who puts her trust in him. I felt neither joy nor sorrow upon hearing the news, only a sense of relief. Something inside loosened, like a taut thing stretched for ages finally snapping. No pain, just relief.
Tasha, Mark's coaching license has been revoked. Have you heard?
Got it.
Are you happy?
No. Just feel he's finally stopped.
Would you ever forgive him?
No need for forgiveness. He's no longer part of my world. He's no longer part of my world. I decided to get my coach certification. The official kind, nationally certified, so I can teach anyone at any ski resort. Bob signed me up and paid the exam fee for me. Why are you helping me?
Because you need it.
It's not that you need the certificate. It's that you need to prove yourself. Prove that you can do more than just run the cable cars. You can teach people. There's a difference.
I'm already teaching.
And teaching. You teach from the heart. The certificate teaches technique. A good coach has both heart and technique.
I took the exam. Written, practical, and interview. The written exam lasted 3 days. I memorized a lot of books. The practical exam took half a day. I skied 3 runs. My leg isn't good, so I skied very slowly. But my form was perfect because I've been skiing for 20 years and my body remembers. My leg doesn't remember, but my body does. The body never lies. During the interview.
Why do you want to be a coach?
Because I want more people to know that skiing doesn't discriminate. It doesn't care about your legs, your age, or your past. He looked at my leg.
Can your leg handle it?
My leg may not be good enough, but my heart is. You don't teach with your legs. He was silent for a moment.
You passed.
I'm an official coach now, with a license certificate, serial number, and my full name. No longer Tasha the lift operator, but Coach Tasha. My students call me Coach Tasha, and I smile.
Tasha, you're a great coach.
I said I wasn't yet. He replied, "You are, because your students are smiling."
Dad was right. Being a coach isn't about licenses. It's about smiles. If my students laugh, I'm a good coach, with or without a certificate. I left a message for Dad not via text, but in my diary. Dad, I've become a coach for the para ski team. You'd laugh and say I've turned out just like you. But I'm different. You were born to coach, while I became one after countless falls. Having fallen many times, I understand fallen skiers best. People don't fear falling, but being left helpless. I lend my hand, and they stand again. You'd do the same if you were here. Since you're gone, I carry on your kindness. I close the diary and tuck it into the drawer, where Dad's smiling photo rests. And long was Batust. He smiles in the picture, and I smile too. Since you're gone, I carry on your kindness. Sophia was leaving for the World Championships. She came to the cable car booth to see me before she left. There was a light in her eyes. Not the reflection of snow, but the light of dreams.
Tasha, I'm going to Europe for 2 months.
Okay,
Will you watch my competition?
I will.
Will you cry?
I won't.
You're lying.
I will. But you won't see it.
She was gone. I sat alone in the booth, watching the cable car spinning outside the window. She wouldn't come here often anymore. She was heading for a farther place, a bigger stage, and faster slopes.
I stay in the same place, watching the cable cars, the snow, and the people. But I am not sad, because she flies for me. The hoer she goes, the happier I am. Not her end. A starting point never chases. She'd only sees off. A starting point never chases. She'd only sees off. On the day of the World Championships, I took the day off and watched the live stream at home. When Sophia appeared on the screen, I held the remote tightly, my palms full of sweat.
Pink is my color. It's not dazzling, but it can always be seen.
She set off, fast and steady. She spun 2.5 turns in the air and landed perfectly.
She crossed the finish line, raised her hands, and smiled. She won the gold medal.
I burst into tears while holding the remote. She won. She won this for me. During the awards ceremony, she stood on the highest podium. She looked straight at the camera and mouthed a sentence. Tastra. I couldn't hear it, but I read her lips. Thank you, Tasha. She called my name in front of the whole world. Not coach, not teacher, but Tasha. The way she said my name sounded just like ski blades gliding on snow, beautiful and pure. She won. She won this for me. Sophia came back. She came to the cable car booth with the gold medal. She stood at the door and hung the gold medal around my neck. The medal was cold, but my heart felt warm.
Tasha, this belongs to you.
No, it's yours.
I wouldn't have won without you.
You would. If it wasn't me, it would have been someone else. You won because you wanted to win.
Tasha, do you still want to win?
I've already won. Not the competition, life. When you win at life, you no longer need a medal to prove yourself. She's young and needs a medal to prove herself. I don't need that. I just want to see her win. During my coaching years, I've cultivated many athletes. Some became national champions, some world champions, and others got no medals but smiled from the bottom of their hearts. Smiling is also winning. During my coaching years, I've cultivated many athletes. Those without medals kept skiing afterward. They did it not for victory, but for passion, for the thrill of flying in the air. I once loved that feeling too. I can no longer fly myself, yet watching others soar makes me feel like flying alongside them.
Watching counts as participation. To join in doesn't need intact legs, only a whole heart. My heart is still alive, beating, caring, and coaching every single day.
You still work the cable car?
Yes, I am.
Why not become a full-time coach?
I don't want to. Coaching lets me guide people, and running the lift lets me observe lives. I need both. Coaching keeps me occupied, watching gives me time to think. I coach after figuring things out, and watch to rest from tired coaching. This cycle never stops.
You've changed. You found your balance in life.
I didn't find it. Falls and injuries taught me balance. Only after crashing down can you learn how to keep steady.
They did it not for victory, but for passion, for the thrill of flying in the air. Today, Sophia retired. Not because she was too old, but because she wanted to become a coach. She came to the control room to find me.
Tasha, I want to be a coach.
Okay.
Will you teach me?
You already know how. You don't need me to teach you. What you need is experience. Experience is earned through falls, not taught.
You've fallen so you know how to teach. I've never fallen. I don't know.
It's not that you've never fallen. It's that you've never been badly hurt. When you've been hurt, you learn fear. And when you know fear, you learn how to protect. Protecting others is what makes a good coach.
Tasha, you're the best coach I've ever known.
Not the best, just still here.
It's good that you're still here.
Not the best, just still here.
She left. I sit in the control room, and the cable car is still turning outside the window. Someone fell on the slope, sitting on the ground and couldn't get up.
Are you okay?
Fine. Just tired.
Rest for a while, then get up. No rush. I put down the walkie-talkie and looked out the window. The sun is shining brightly. The snow is white and the sky is blue. On the distant mountaintop, someone is flying. Not Sophia, but new athletes. New pink, blue, and red figures. They spin in the air, slide on the snow, laugh in the wind. I sit in the control room and watches them. I don't fly, but I watch. Watching is enough. My leg still hurts, but I'm used to the pain. When it hurts, I press the button. The cable car turns, the chairs move on. People leave and people come. Snow melts and snow falls. When it stops, it turns again. My leg stopped, but I didn't. I'm still teaching, still watching, still waiting. Waiting for the next person who needs me. Waiting for the next person who falls. Waiting for the next person who flies. When they come, I teach. When they leave, I wait. While I wait, I run the cable car. The cable car won't stop, and neither will I.